we got you with that 5-day change your life, become more conscious thing, huh? I know who you are. You're like me. You want it all and you want it now. And that's really what it's about. Okay, the 5-day change your life is access bars, foundation, and level 1. Bars is 1 day, foundation is 2, level 1 is 2. That adds up to 5, everybody. Okay, if you had a question about that, you need to go to another site first. Okay, so that's 5 days. Now, what does this do? Well, the bars, it's the thing that saved my life. I really kind of like it, actually. But it's one of those things that when you're having one of those days and you don't know what else to do, you receive the bars, it changes everything. Literally, there's a guy who used to spend 10 years in caves meditating. I mean, he spent 10 years of his life literally going to India for months at a time. And every time he said, wow, it was amazing. I think I finally got it. And he said, you know what? It was wonderful until he got back on the plane to come home. As soon as he did, all the stuff started caving in on his head, and it was worse after every time of going. He said, you know what? I get even more effect from the bars. I get even more peace, but I keep it in my daily life. He said, you know what? I've been running bars on one person a day. He said, and I have not had a bad day since I started doing that. So that's the bars. How does it get any better than that? Okay. Foundation is what starts the process of unlocking you from the matrix. It starts undoing the places where you're so tied into this reality that you can't see a different possibility. It starts breaking the places where you think, my only choice is to live the life that I've been handed. And it starts undoing all of that, so you start to see what else is possible. Level 1 continues that. And with level 1, you not only bust out of that, but you also start to get, there are specific things that pretty much limit most of us. Specific, limited points of view that everybody on the planet seems to have. What level 1 does is actually starts busting you out of those. What ends up happening is at the end of these 5 days, you can't recognize the life you had before you walked in the door. Literally, and we'll ask you to. We'll ask you to try to recreate the energy that you were before you walked in the door. And it's interesting when we do this in class, when we see people's faces go, like that. It's kind of quite entertaining, actually, because that's the energy it takes them to try to get back to the energy of their old life. And we say, do you really want to pick up all that crap? Or would you be willing to acknowledge that now you have all that energy to generate and to create a different possibility? It's interesting how many people, oh yeah, in fact, all of them say, why would I pick up that? Why would I go back? And that's the thing, is it starts the process of you actually moving forward in your life and changing everything. Now, what's interesting is these classes you can do by DVD. You can do the foundation in level 1 with the founder, Gary Douglas. Great gift, I highly suggest it. You can go right down there and order them and have those delivered. Great idea. And you can also do the bars via DVD with yours truly. So we have a lot of possibilities available. You know, if you're not able to make it to one of the live events, which for me, I always preferred the live events, and I realized there were times where I couldn't get to them, and the DVD is a great way of doing it. And the interesting thing is, if you're hearing this information, any of the stuff that we run, any of the clearings, any of the processes that we do, if you're just in the room hearing it, it runs on you too. You know why? Because you as a being want to become more conscious. You're tired of the crap you've been creating, whether you know it or not yet. So, have you ever gone to, like a weekend event or a, 3 or 5 day event, and you thought, oh my God, yes, my whole life has changed. And then by Wednesday of the following week, you were back in the same exact place, only in more judgment of yourself because you couldn't change it because you'd done what you thought was going to change it and it didn't work? Yeah, so have I, continuously. In fact, before I found Access, I never found anything that actually worked longer than till about Wednesday of the following week. I still had the crap in my life. Well, you know what? I don't have the crap in my life anymore. The interesting thing is, what it does is it actually changes it. We're literally going back and changing your past. We're not just talking to you about different possibilities. We're not just saying, hey, you know what? You should be able to choose something different if you were just brighter and smarter. No, we're changing stuff, okay? The whole point of this is to change stuff. If it weren't about changing it, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now, okay? Because that is the thing that I'm interested in, is changing your life, not just talking about it, not just thinking about it, but actually giving you that change. Giving you not only the tools and information and facilitating that change in class, but also giving you the tools that you can take home and use in your life. Because that's where your life occurs. Your life does not occur sitting in a classroom. Class is wonderful, it's awesome, you feel amazing, you see different possibilities, that is cool. But you know what? Your life lives and occurs in your life. You know, when you're sitting at your cubicle and you're thinking, oh my God, I really want to kill myself right now and I want to kill all these people. That's when it's nice to have a tool to change that, okay? So everything you get in Access is practical and pragmatic. And it's also fun. Darn it, we like to laugh a lot. We like to be really irreverent. Why? Because it's more fun for us. So I leave you with one question. Some of you are going to think I'm crazy. I just thought I'd preface it before I say that, okay? But one question for you. What if the purpose of life were actually to have fun? Are you having any? Okay, so check this out. After you register for this class, you may have one of these. Ah! Go on, okay? Because here's the thing. What happens is you may have this resistance come up. Now, when I first saw Access, you know, I saw an ad that said, all of life comes to you with ease and joy and glory. I got so mad, I literally crinkled up the paper because it was a classified ad and threw the paper in the trash can. That's how angry I got. I didn't hear about it again until the following week when the same ad came out in the same paper. And it was this big, okay? It was like tiny. And I wasn't looking for anything in particular, but I'm flipping through the pages, you know, and my eyes land on this tiny classified ad. Access, all of life comes to you with ease and joy and glory. And it had the girl's phone number. And I went to throw it away again because I was like, ease, joy, and glory? No way. Well, now I know it's a possibility. But I went, ease, joy, and glory? No way. And I called the girl because, I'll tell you why. Because I'd long ago learned that if I was in resistance to something that much, there must be something there for me. And I wasn't willing to limit my life any longer and not have it. So, the other thing that may happen for you is, if you register, you may go into all kinds of what feels like fear. Well, guess what? You know what's interesting? Is neurologically, fear and excitement are the exact same thing. So what makes the difference? Our judgment of it. See, like little kids, when they go to do something exciting, their parents say, well, don't be afraid, dear, or you should really be afraid of that. And you go, oh my God, oh no. Like Gary Douglas, the founder, tells this story about being a 6-year-old little kid, and he's so excited because he's going to go on the Ferris wheel. And he's there going, mommy, 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 pulling on her dress like, mommy, 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 mommy. And she looks at him and says, now, don't be afraid, dear. It's one of the greatest limitations we've created in our lives is misidentifying and misapplying excitement as fear. So, just ask, is this fear or is it actually excitement? Am I actually excited about maybe having more in my life? And go with your knowing. You'll know what to do.